Hi everybody, my name's Michelle and I'm Mama Loves You GB here on FlossTube, but also over on Instagram and Etsy as well. Welcome to the Sunday morning briefing. It is the 22nd of September today, and I know that because it's my friend Simon's 50th birthday, so happy birthday mate. I'm filming this on Friday night because on Saturday night when I normally film, I'll be at Simon's birthday party in Cheltenham. So filming a little bit early, so I'm early for this week but I was late for last week because I didn't film last week. I went to pick up a very special cargo from, actually from the Nimble Thimble. Although it's not from the Nimble Thimble, it's just the lovely Elaine was able to pick up my special cargo for me and meet me at the Nimble Thimble with it, so I didn't have to travel quite so far. So thank you to those of you who commented on my photo of me off on my road trip. Thank you very much for the compliments. Yes, you can say some days are better than others. That picture was a good day. Today, we're clinging on in there. So I will show you that in good time. It is a Welsh sampler. It's huge. It's the biggest one I've got, and you know I've got some big samplers. So I will show you that in good time because I've got lots and lots to show you today. By the time you see this, I will have also been to the sort of opening of Turtle Bay Fabrics, which is Pink Scissors Fabrics, owned by Soph, who is Turtle Bay Stitches. Are you following? Do we need a diagram? And she is turning it into Turtle Bay Fabrics. So everything is going to be under the Turtle Bay sort of name. So yeah, I can't wait to go to that tomorrow. It's in Bridgend, so it happens to be the stars have aligned. I'm driving back for Simon's birthday party to Cheltenham. I'll be going along the M4. They're having an open day. It's just perfect, isn't it? So I'm going to call in, say hello, maybe buy some fabric, you never know, maybe do a little bit of stitching, you never know. The day is my own and we don't get days like that very often, do we? Right, I've got so much to show you. And first of all, I'm going to kick off with a fully finished object that you've never seen before because I haven't told you about it, because it was for a very special project. Now, last year I contributed a chart to Laurie Sykes's planner for cross stitch. Now I've shown you my planner several times. It's the lovely one, white cover with leaves on the front, and I've added some birds onto it. Now I was planning to show you it today, but I cannot find the damn thing. I have no idea where it's gone. Yeah, I haven't written in it for a week or so, so heaven only knows where it is at the moment. But I really wanted to show it to you, but I've shown it to you before. It's the planner with the ring binder, and in it, it had projects from different designers. So Laurie had asked me to contribute a chart this year, which I absolutely love to do. And little sneak peek, she'd also asked Christina from Whilst Iris Naps to contribute a chart as well. So anyway, I'd done my chart, Christina had done her chart, and then she said to me, how's the model for yours coming along? And I was like, oh, I wasn't going to do a model. I didn't do a model last time, but if Christina's doing a model, I'm doing a model. So I can show you, because the planners are now in production. I know there will be some available in the UK through Patchwork Rabbit, but I'm going to show you my model because Laurie said I can. So I have made a little needle book. Now, one of my favourite birds is a heron. One of my other favourite birds is a magpie. So this is my little shiny things needle book. I think I called the chart Maggie actually, which is what Ness calls magpies, Maggie. She calls them all Maggie. So there's my little magpie, and she's in a tree, or he's in a tree, Maggie, must be a girl, and she's pinched a little thimble, she's got a needle and thread, and she's also got her scissors there. And on the back, I just put shiny things because that's what magpies like. Now I just finished mine off with a little bit of tape, which has got a measure on it. And inside, I just made it a little bit of gingham, a little bit puffy, so that you can just pop needles inside. You can finish yours however you like. You could make it the lid of a drum. You could do whatever you wanted, a little pillow. So that is the design that I've contributed to it. Now, I'm not going to give any other spoilers other than Christina from While Cyrus Naps did one as well. You will have to follow Laurie if you don't already. I can never do it. Look at that. Look at the state of that. Follow Laurie if you don't already do so. I'll put a link down below, and I'm sure she will be sharing other sneak peeks, and so will the designers. I'm going to have to put this back now. Bear with. I can't show it to you again looking like that, can I? There we go, that's a bit tidier. So I'm sure she will share more sneak peeks of the charts that are in the planner. It's a really, really lovely planner. You've got all the space to record all of your stitching over the course of a year, as well as space for retreats, notes. The whip section I think is bigger this year, but there's definitely more space for notes, pictures, that sort of thing. So that's my design, Maggie. If you would like to get it, then the only way to get it is by getting the planner. It's not available for purchase. So there we go. I've had that ready for a little while and I couldn't show it to you. So I'm really glad that I can now. Right, before I get going, just a little reminder, the sampler stitcher buttons are now available to purchase from the Button Queen. You can just go onto her website, pay for your button, she will do it for you and send it out. No great waiting, no waiting for me to get my act together, have a school holiday. You can just buy them now. So that is all done. Right, I've got lots and lots of things to show you. So I'm going to start off with my stitching. A lot of it is stitch along stuff. So the first thing I have got is Midnight Riders by Love Poppet. Now this has actually already got 2 parts out, and I'll put a little picture of what it looks like already because I was a little bit late to the party. I haven't got my right teeth in again today, and Albus has just come little padding in. Makes a change from the dishwasher, doesn't it? Yes, it's 2 parts in. I was a little bit late to the party getting started. Hello, you okay boy? You good boy? Are you smiling? I'm not sure. People, Albus. No, it's a bit high, this desk, for him to get up on. So I can't remember what I was saying. This is where I am. It's on a piece of 32 count. You're not having anything. It's on a piece of 32 count hand dyed even weave that she did, and it's actually much darker than it's looking. Now you really can't see anything that I've done so far, but it's this fabulous moon with a witch in front of it and like a clock tower, which I think looks like Big Ben. So I'll have put a picture up of somebody else who's done better with it, but I really enjoyed it. Starting to stitch that moon was just getting really interesting with all the nice pattern work and things like that. So I can't wait to get back to that one. The Caterpillar cross stitch along, the Christmas kitchen has also just started, but I'm hoping to get that started in the next couple of days, and then I'll show you it next week. You can probably hear him drinking in the living room. He's like a camel. He will just keep drinking and drinking and drinking. He's still going. Thirsty dog, you'd think. Anyway, you didn't come here to listen to my dog drink. The next new start that I had was one of my own. This was Emma Roan. And I decided that I really wanted to stitch her. Having released the chart, I decided I really wanted to stitch her. And the lovely Teresa Parkin has allowed me to share her picture of her finish because she was at Stitch in London, the sampler edition. So I'll put a picture of that up here. And she's also said that I can put it on the front of the chart. So what I'll do is I will rejig the chart and re-put that on Etsy. So if you buy it from now forward, it will have that picture on the front as well. Now I decided to stitch mine on a piece of kind of bluey grey, and this is the Fox and Rabbit Prehistoric that came in the Fabric of the Month Club last month, and it's kind of like a bluey grey. And I really like it on the bluey grey. And I think it's because I saw Teresa's, and Teresa's looked like it was on a kind of a bluey grey fabric as well. And I just had that stuck in my head ever since I saw her finish of it. So I've changed my colours up a little bit. I'm using a couple of over dyes. The pattern calls for DMC, but I'm using a couple of over dyes. Once I've finished it, I'll share what those over dyes are. But it's so lovely, and it's going to be a little sampler. So I might frame her, I might turn her into a drum, I might do a little pillow finish. I don't know. She's so lovely. I'm having such a lovely time stitching her. So that's what mine looks like. That's what the original looks like. And that's what the original back looks like. Be more Emma. That's what we said last week, wasn't it? Be more Emma. Now, I know lots of you are waiting on this. You're waiting on my circle of birds, my, what other things I think of, bird wreath. There's lots of names. I put up a little poll on Instagram for some names, and I still haven't settled on one yet, which is good because I haven't quite finished it yet. But I'm doing a bit more. I am now, well, I've got 4 full birds and 2 part birds out of my total of 6. So this is where I am, and it does look absolutely lovely. This bright blue bird down here is just an absolute little joy, and there's another reddy orange bird to come down here, and that will be my full circle. As I've said, I will release this chart, which is the back. You'll get the front colours as well, which are a bit more muted, and in the chart you'll also get the corner pieces to make it into a square, but I'm going to be leaving my model just as a circle, because I think it's nice to have a few different kind of shaped pieces. So hopefully that will be together very soon. I've stitched mine on 36 count linen in the colour Linen by Weeks Dye Works, because it kind of mimicked the outside of the original. I think this would look fabulous on a really rich kind of caramelly brown colour as well, because some of the beaks are very pale and some of the little legs down here are very pale, and I think just a deeper colour would really offset it. A similar colour to Elizabeth's bird and the little blue swoop. I think that would look really special on. So that is nearly finished, very nearly finished. And I have a frame for it. If you stitch it on 36 count, an 8-inch circular frame will fit perfectly. Now, circular frames are quite hard to come by and quite expensive. However, collector's plate frames, the wooden ones, aren't that difficult to come by, and they're not that expensive because collector's plates aren't that popular, or as popular. Apologies if you got loads of them, but they're not as popular as they once were. I was going to try and buy one with a collector's plate in it, and try and buy the nastiest one I could find, but I actually managed to get a deal on Vinted where somebody was selling 2 8-inch ones, because they'd actually wanted 8.5-inch ones and they'd ended up with 8-inch ones. So I have got 2 circular frames that I'm going to use, one of those for that. Right, my next stitch that I've been working on is Hannah Atwater. I find this so hard to put down. It's absolutely beautiful. So hard to put down. I'm stitching mine with the DMC. As you know, Evertote and Roxy Floss Co have done a conversion. There is also a Facebook group. Caroline from Evertote has started a Facebook group for a Hannah Atwater stitch along. So she is going to publish a sort of a plan of, if you wanted to stitch her over 12 months, what do you need to stitch each month, and you can join the Facebook group. Now, I'm a member of the Facebook group. It is not just for people who have got the Evertote conversion. It is for anybody. There are people stitching in there with DMC, people stitching with colour and cotton, people stitching with the Evertote conversion, different fabrics, recommended fabrics, all sorts of different things. So don't think that because Caroline's hosting the SAL, it has to be the Evertote conversion, although it is a beautiful conversion. You can join the Facebook group. It starts on the 1st of November. So this is where I'd got to. I've got live threads here, there and everywhere. Oh my God, I love it. I absolutely love it. So I've pretty much finished the top row. I've just got a little bit more to do on this one. It should match that one. So I've got the leaves to fill in and the white of the flowers. And then I've started the second row. And each motif is just so different that it's just like a little mini finish in itself. And any one of those would make a fabulous little pin cushion if you wanted to do just a little gift for a friend or something like that. Really, really special. Now, I did make a boo-boo. When I launched her, I made a point of telling linen stitchers about this centre motif and the fact that you have to stitch off sort of on the alternate thread. And you've got a whole page of sort of instructions about how to do that. And I came to put my centre flower in. My centre flower sat perfectly in the middle. And I was like, I've done something wrong with that. But always forwards, as Jean Lee always says. So always forwards. You're not going to be copying my model. You're going to be using the chart. You'll do better than I did. But yeah, my centre flower, something's not quite right in there. But it still looks brilliant. We're carrying on. And I can't wait to finish that second row. I need to bring this border down a little bit further, and I need to, where did I get to in my border unpicking? There we go. So I'm now there, so I need to unpick the next little bit and re-sew it in the right place. Love it, love it, love it, love it. Now, the one thing that I did think, and I have been thinking, is if you wanted to do any colour changes, the one colour change that I think would look really smashing is to take the kind of brown, the nutmeg brown, out of here and sort of where it appears as a flower colour and change it to a lovely red. I think that would look smashing. I think it would almost make it look a little bit Christmassy as well in some ways. So if you're looking at her and thinking, yeah, I like her, but maybe I want to do something different, that would be a suggestion of mine, is to take wherever the nutmeg colour appears as a flower colour, is to change it to a red. I'd love to see that. So that's Hannah Atwater. Now, the other thing that I started to do was, I went to craft club this week. So there's a little craft club that runs in my little village, St Dogmall's, close to me. And I was just about to leave for craft club, and there was a bag. There was a stitchy bag sat up in my bedroom, and I was like, what is in that? And it was a Halloween bag, so I knew it'd be a Halloween project. So I had a look, and it was a tiny modernist, once more with feeling, tiny modernist stitch along from last year, I think. And so I thought, I'm going to take that along. I'm going to take that along and do a little bit of it. So the one that I'm gone back to working on now is the crystal ball, the Halloween crystal ball. Now, I didn't bring the paperwork in. It could be last year's, or it could actually be the year before, if I'm honest. But this is where I am. So I've done the majority of the crystal ball. I just need to bring that border along the bottom, stitch the skull, and then finish the crystal ball at the top. And there is also a spider that hangs down here, and there's a little bit of back stitching to be done, but that's where I am. There's a few good days on that, and that could actually be a finish, because I did buy this year's one. Now this year's one I think is really lovely. So it's by Tiny Modernist, the same as this one, and every year they do a Halloween stitch along, and then they do a similarly themed Christmas stitch along. So for example, the Christmas version has got Christmassy stuff in it, and the Christmassy stuff here. I always prefer the Halloween ones, I think. This year they have done a haunted cuckoo clock, which I actually haven't seen many people show. I've bought it, but I haven't started it yet. It's got 3 sections out at the minute, and so this is where it is. And I just think that's smashing. I love that. It's something about the face of the clock that got me intrigued, because that was the sort of sneak peek from way back when they first launched it, sort of at the end of the summer, or maybe at the beginning of the summer. I was just so intrigued by that. And obviously we're going to have this sort of dangly cuckoo bits, the chimes and whatever at the bottom. Cuckoo bits? The cuckoo normally comes out from there, doesn't it? So the dangly, I'm not a horologist, the dangly bits of the clock are going to come out of the bottom there. But I just think that's smashing. It's stitched on a piece of printed cloth from, is it Fabric Flair? Bear with. It might not actually even be on this pattern, because they normally publish like a pre-release with everything you need. So I think it's actually on that. But it's got spider's webs and all sorts in the back. But I'm pretty sure I can find some fabric that I would like for that. And I tend to do mine on 32 count. This one, in case you're interested, was a piece of hand-dyed 32 count. So just a grey, and then I added some a spray over the top to give it some splotches. This was one of the previous ones. I don't think it was the year before. I think it might have even been the year before that, from Tiny Modernist. As you can see, I've been in a hurry to finish it fully. So that was one from one of the previous years. I do really like the Halloween Tiny Modernist designs. I think there's one or maybe 2 that I haven't done. But they're really lovely. I really like them. Okie dokie. Every time I say okie dokie, and you'll have to let me know whether you get this. Every time okie dokie, I go, okie dokie, picking a pokey, good morning job seekers. Which is from one of my favourite TV series of all time. So if you know what that's from, comment down below. Love it. Right. What else have I got here to show you? I have got piles and piles of stuff here still. Reorder them. So let's have a look at the freebie. The freebie this week is from Erin Elizabeth Designs. Now, you can't really tell much, because when I printed it out, it kind of printed out a little bit on each page. And I'll put a picture of it up here. It's quite a small design that the designer's made bigger with the addition of some fabric along the bottom. So it's a really, really lovely design. The stitching part is 94 by 38, so a really quick stitch. And then you can just pick some other fabric to coordinate with it. I'm clinging on here. I'm really clinging on. I'm not tired. I'm really quite bubbly, but I just can't control the words. Right, let's talk about another stitch along. Now, I know a lot of you are wanting to stitch the beautiful Mary's drum. And there is a stitch along. So Jackie at Crossing the Hoop is having a stitch along for this for her birthday sal. So if you've already started it, or if you haven't already started it and you want to join in, the hashtag is Mary's Drum Birthday Sal. So you can make a start or carry on and use that hashtag and share your progress with other people. It's just impossibly good, isn't it? It's really good. She's so lovely. She's so lovely. Right, I've got some winners from 2 weeks ago now. The giveaway that I've not managed to tell you about properly. from 2 weeks ago. You had to do a lot of puzzling out for this one. So the first one, and this is my own copy that I've somewhat creased up. This is the one called A Single Thread. Our life hangs by a single thread, which soon is cut, then we are dead. Then boast not, reader, of thy might, alive at noon but dead at night. Now, I said that I'd heard that in relation to the pneumonic plague, which is a version of the bubonic plague. Other people say they've heard it in relation to sweating sickness, which is a disease that will literally alive at noon and dead at night. It did take people very, very quickly. So Ruthie from Crowsfeet Stitching, this is the one that I have put aside, those fabulous threads from Pirate and Robin, in order to stitch the Bog Witch, which is just the most fabulous name. You won't need that much, but it's just fabulous. So the winner of this one is Sarah Chambers 2729. So Sarah Chambers 2729. And the other, oh, I thought it was going to start a howl then. The other one, I'm still not sure. It's very vocal, my dog. The other giveaway was the keyword fly, and I'll put a picture up of that chart, and that was won by, I can't even read my own writing, Kate, could be Murphy, oh my goodness, 1981. You'll have seen it on the screen. I have literally scrawled that down in my haste preparing for today, and I can't remember, and I can't read it. I keep thinking he's going to start howling any minute. It's so funny. Okay, what else have I got on my list? Oh, I want to give away. I want to give away from Lisa, Lady Huzzah. She was giving away some packs of Blackbird designs. Blackbird designs that she got from Alma. And I won one of the packs. It's got 4 charts in it. So I'm really, really looking forward to getting hold of that. Other things, other news. I told you a couple of weeks ago. He's going to start howling in a minute. I told you a couple of weeks ago, Northumberland Sampler House had released a series of coasters, and she sent me some. They have also released these fabulous, and if you've seen my Instagram, I've shared these on my stories, these fabulous scissor holders with a little mouse, and you can also get a chart to put around the edge. So they are available now. What's the matter? What's the matter? So they are, you're not having that. So they are available now on her Etsy shop. So I'll link that down below as well. Right, I have got a little tiny bit of haul to share with you, because of course one does not just go to the Nimble Thimble to pick up a sampler. One has a little look around, and you can't just buy one thing because it's amazing in there. So this is my haul from the Nimble Thimble. I picked up a couple of the Mill Hill kits, the little Santas that I like doing. This one is called Santa Holding Hearts. And this one is called Santa and the Cardinal Birdhouse, which I love, both of those. Now, if you are interested in getting any Mill Hill kits, I defy anybody to have them at a better price than Chris at the Nimble Thimble. So if you're looking to do any Mill Hill kits, have a look on her website to see what she's got available. I also picked up this one. I've been after this one for a little while. Doodle Maker by Heart in Hand. I think that's so lovely. I bet that would stitch up really quickly as well. Really nice. I bought this one, a Stitches Alphabet, which again, I've been after for a little while. And also the Tree Lot. Really nice. And then lastly, because we are getting ready and thinking about Flossmas already, my Evertote Roxy Floss Co. Modern Folk Embroidery kit arrived. It says do not open till the 1st of December, so I haven't. It's still there, it's still there. But we know that we like a couple of different advent calendars. So I picked up this one. And the idea is that you make this tree which I thought was fabulous. It seems really, really sturdy. So we put the tree together, and then every day we're going to put a different one of these cool little animals on. Love that. It is by Roger Laborde. Roger Laborde. Sorry, that's really funny. There we go. So, looking forward to that already. Right, this dog is the most persistent dog you've ever known. He will sit there and whine for what appears to be the tiniest bit of garlic bread left on the plate. So that you don't have to hear him, I'm going to say cheerio, and I will see you next week. Stay classy, Stitchers.